federal debt, deficit spending. Do you really understand what's going on and what it's really all about? And I'll tell you outright, no. Because you're being lied to so much by Fox News, by MSNBC, by all corporate media. Because they're trying to keep you in the dark. They do not want you to understand what's really going on. And now the deficit spending, well, we understand it in the United States, is right now, this is November of 2022. And the spending that they talk about now really has nothing to do with what they tell you it is. The truth is, the spending that goes on is fixed. It cannot be raised and it cannot be lowered. And it's set by the economy. And I'll give you an example. I like to play Heroes 4. And there's a lot of items in there that when I get them, it makes me mad because they're worthless. And why are they worthless? Because there's so many of them that they become valueless. And that's what it is with the dollar. The dollar has a fixed amount that it has to be at to keep it from becoming devalued or become overvalued. They can't cut spending like they're trying to tell you they do. And what balances out is taxes. There has to be a balance between taxes and federal spending. Now, this only has to do with federal government, not state governments, not city governments, not counties. This is federal spending. Why? Because the federal government is who produces the money. And their spending is what puts money into the economy. No federal spending, no economy. And the economy dictates how much money they need to spend. It has nothing to do with how the people perceive the government to spend. The economy dictates how much they have to spend. And then you got taxes, which balance it out. When the economy is going down, what you do is raise the amount that the government spends above taxes to put money into the economy. But when you got inflation, now you got to put taxes higher than the amount of money that the federal government is spending to take money out of the economy, so that the dollar don't become worthless because there's too much. That's what causes inflation. Inflation is caused by the too much production of money. That's one of them. That's the main one, though. And when the economy starts tanking, that's because there's not enough money in the economy. Then you start producing more money than your taxes. That's how they keep a balance and to keep the economy going effectively and efficiently. So what really is the deficit? And this is one of the biggest lies of all. And this is caused 100% by Wall Street. They did this to us to enrich themselves. The deficit is the trade deficit, not spending deficit. It's the difference between how much we import to how much we export. We import way, way, way more than we export. So we owe all these countries all this money. That is the real deficit. It has nothing to do with federal spending, not a bit. That's the big lie. So if federal spending is not the cause of the deficit, then what's the truth about federal spending that they're always trying to say that the Democrats overspend, that they're burying our grandchildren in this massive debt that they're going to be paying on forever, which is the second big lie. The truth is, like I said before, the economy dictates how much money the government has to spend. And when it comes right down to it, Congress has no say in that. You either follow the dictates of the economy or you watch your economy crash and burn. They have to spend so much. So why are they trying to cut spending then? Why are they so adamant at cutting spending? Because the spending either goes to the rich or it goes to the poor. So the more they take away from the poor, the more that's going to them. It's the big ripoff. The way the economy was built was for the government to spend money on the middle class and the poor, and they spend, and then the money goes to the corporations through them in a roundabout way. But what the corporations are trying to do is just cut the middle class and poor right out of the loop, and all the money that the government spends goes directly to them. That's the truth. They are ripping us off. They're trying to cut us out of the loop. They're trying to stop us from touching anything because this way they get it all. All. Their addiction to money is driving them just like a drug addict, needing more and more and more. That's the way Wall Street is. More and more and more. And they're going to try to cut us out of the picture completely. Leave us in complete desperation. They don't care. They're addicted to the money and they gotta have more. That's the truth about government spending. They're just trying to make, it's fixed. When they cut spending, what they're saying is cut spending to the middle class and the poor. Which means, in the opposite, increase spending to the rich. That's why they're getting so massively rich right now. The big thing about the economy today is that what's causing inflation, what's aggravating it, is the war in Ukraine. That is really aggravating because that's causing the price of oil to go up. And that's causing the price of everything to go up because to transport things takes oil. So that raises when oil goes up, the price of everything goes up. But the second thing that's really aggravating inflation a lot is Wall Street taking advantage of the situation and jacking the prices of everything up way beyond what's really necessary to make up for the price of oil going up. To take advantage of we the people to suck more money out of us. And nobody's doing anything to stop it. Not the Democrats or Republicans. Nobody's doing nothing to stop Wall Street because the Democrats and the Republicans are all in Wall Street's back pocket. They will never go against Wall Street. Wall Street owns them. Democrats and Republicans are puppets on a string to Wall Street. They do exactly as they're told.